Welcome back. It's Talk About It Tuesday, and here at My Car Shop today, we're going to be confronting some more of the financial stuff that we have been fed by the people out there, whoever they are, whether it's the keyboard warriors or the powers that be in the industry or whatever. Today, we're going to be talking about the availability of good, used, cheap parts. Stick around. I'm Mike. You're watching My Car Shop. We have been hammering away on our Cummins Club Cabana, or as Becky likes to call it, our CC truck, getting it on the road, and it is on the road. It is licensed, and we've been driving it. I put over 100 miles on it already, and we've got a lot to do. But I want to kind of rewind a little bit. I touched base on it briefly in one of our hands-on episodes, but one of the things that we've been talking about here on the channel is the availability of good, used, inexpensive parts. And I want to show you something that I've showed you before, but it wasn't in the context of a Talk About It Tuesday. So we're going to do that right now. Drum roll, please. We have here a 1992 Cummins diesel club cab truck that I picked up 1 week ago. Yeah, about a week ago, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, for $500. Now you look at that thing and you say, Mike, you got ripped off. Not really. Let's talk about what we got and the value of it. Okay. Now, when I got this truck, first of all, it had all of the wheel trim openings that we needed for the Club Cabana. Those are all on that truck now. We'll go out there in a bit. It had the tail lights. Those wheel openings for all four I've seen online for about $200 used. Tailgate. Nice, beautiful tailgate with the nice aluminum embossed inset. That's a little higher dollar value, $200 to $300. I've seen those go for. Tail lights. I've seen those go for anywhere between $50 and $75 a piece. We got nice ones. The wire harness that goes from the taillights down, I should say the pigtail that goes from the taillights down to the wire harness. I don't even know what that's worth, but it was on there and it was good, and that has value. What else came with it? I have a spare that my buddy Dave gave me, but we also have another Cummins core support. That's different than a gas core support. Those are sought after. We also have two really nice solid first gen hoods that came with it. The one off of this truck plus a spare. I still haven't dug down underneath there to see what's in there. There may be more. Also, right here on the ground, an extra fuel tank with the module came with it. Extra cruise control module. Servo, I should say. Something else we got in here. Instrument cluster, which I've already taken out. All kinds of fuses and things. Controls, heater controls. Those are notorious for breaking. We got an extra one of those. But there's more. Just wait, there's more. Steering box. This here is worth its weight in gold to me. The steering coupler is rock solid, and it's got the good one with the boot on it. We're going to take that off and put it on ours. Extra brake booster, wiper motor, heater core, heater assembly, blower motor, exhaust, a complete Cummins exhaust that's in pretty decent shape. Did I say wiper motor? Wire harness. Looks like it's in good shape. We got a diesel PCM that's not working, but it's repairable. Extra relays, voltage regulator. That's interesting. Somebody had bypassed the PCM for the regulator, which is really interesting because I tried it and that's the reason I didn't use it, because the regulator isn't working. Maybe everything else does work in it, and we have the external regulator. Here's the nice thing. I know by looking at this exactly how to wire it in on my truck. So if I want to go to an external regulator, all I have to do is duplicate that. We got horns. What else did we get? Again, wheel opening moldings. Oh yes, there was somebody made some really nice aluminum patches. I took those off of this truck, attached them to the Club Cabana, sorry, and they're on there now. Mirror, this one's broken. This is a power mirror though. Pretty sure, if I remember right. I think it is. Power windows, so we got extra motors. All the glass in this truck is good. One of the things that I got that really excited me is the dog dish hubcaps, and the beauty rings around the back here. This has generous motors on the front. We're not going to use those, but I'm betting I can sell those. Those probably have some value. Something else that excites me is the rear bumper on this is pretty good. I already have a bumper on the Club Cabana, but the bumper on Wanda got trashed last year when I was hauling firewood. It got caught on a stump and ripped it and broke it. Now we've got a bumper to replace that. So here's the thing, okay? I paid $500 for that truck. I've already gotten more than my money's worth, probably twice plus. I'm going to strip that thing down to nothing. Everything that I don't use will go up in the warehouse. Some of it will get sold. It's a 92, which has one of the heaviest frames in those trucks. If the frame is decent, we'll hang on to it. If it's not, we'll get rid of it. But I'm going to keep all the front suspension, and I'm going to keep that Spicer rear end that's in that thing as a spare for the Club Cabana. It's like I've said so many times in the past. The deals are out there. I don't just talk the talk. It's not just all theory to me. Everything I have here has been purchased for pennies on the dollar in one way or another. There's a couple of exceptions, but not much. You have to be ready, willing, and able, and diligent, and patient. But when the deal's there, you can't muck around. You've got to get after it. Tailgate, taillights, harness. That bumper's off old red. Those wheels came on it. Wheel opening moldings. You see what I'm saying? Those riveted on patches are now screwed on the side. Does it look good? Yeah. Does it look great? No. Do I care? No. We got an extra set of Cummins turbo diesel emblems. I have the set in the truck. We got an extra cowl. Dog dish hubcaps. Those wheels came off of the Crew Cabana. Some of the moldings that we were missing, particularly the box moldings down the side, okay? All those, this box didn't have that. All those came off of El Junco. So my point is, there's a lot of value to be had if you're ready, willing, and able to jump on the deals when they come along. Now, I get it. Maybe where you live, that's not as common. But I'm going to show you another one that I bought probably 10 or 12 years ago, and I paid $400 for it. That's what the box came on. Quick stop. No, not Wanda. This one, old red. This truck was totaled, bent frame. Kid had it, couldn't fix it. Gave me a whole bunch of extra parts and delivered it here to the house for $400 or $500. The box, I kept it for the box and the cab. The cab at that time was in really good shape. It's been sitting here now for 12 years, so the floor's rotted out of it. Good TBI 318, good 727 transmission. My buddy Dave is taking the rear end out of it because he just blew the rear end out in his truck. My point is, yeah, okay, that was 12, 14 years ago. But those deals are still there. You just have to be willing to look for them and not get impatient. I try to be pretty transparent, not that it's anybody's business, but I don't like to just talk the talk. I like to walk the walk and show you. We picked up this Cummins, as it was when you saw it in the first episode that aired about a month ago, for $3,000. I've got less than $2,000 more into it for it looks the way it does right now, including the purchase of El Junco with all the stuff I had kicking around here. And yes, I bought a ton of new parts, new brake drums, new brakes. You've seen it all here. I've shared all of it. Okay. Less than $5,000 for a Cummins truck that looks like that. I wouldn't sell it for anywhere near that. But the point is, you can do it if you're resourceful. I'm not trying to sell you anything, obviously. I'm just trying to share with you that I don't care where you live. I don't care what the economy is like where you live. I mean, around here, the economy is pretty bad. So I suppose that is a little bit of an advantage. But I think we tend to be a bit impatient and we're not willing to put in the time and dig and look. And then maybe we run across a deal and we're not quite ready to jump on it. I'll admit it. El Junco, I almost passed it up because I didn't want another vehicle. Becky was the one that actually talked me into it, and she said, "Are you sure? Think about it. Think about how much you still need to buy for Cece. Are you sure?" that you don't want to buy that truck. And reluctantly, I finally caved. And here it is. And there's probably, at least $1,000 more parts on there I can sell off over time, at least. Plus all the stuff I can still use. Okay, I get it. Not everybody has a storage facility that size, and maybe it's not always practical. I understand there's more to it than just finding the deal. You have to be able to deal with it. I get that. We've talked about that before. If you live in a place where you can't have stuff, work deals with friends. I mean, there's a million ways that you can do this. I've not always had a piece of property like this. This is the biggest barn shop I've ever had. I've only ever had one other shop. Other than that, most of my life, I begged, borrowed, and stole garage space from people, bartered, did work for people so I could do a project in their garage, whatever it took. Or I worked out of a 3/4 car garage in my own house to get stuff done. Because where there's a will, there's a way. I know it's not for everybody, and some people say my time is worth a lot more than that. Well, that's true, but if I'm working a job I hate to make the money to pay for what I love, I would rather not work the job I hate and spend the extra time doing the stuff I love, because I've only got one life to live, and at the end of my life, I don't want to go, boy, I'm sure glad I worked those 80-hour weeks so that I could pay for the toys I never got to enjoy because I was working so much. Okay, again, if you enjoy that, if you don't have the skills, if you don't have the time, if you don't have the space, there's no judgment. But this channel is about being relentless and resourceful and fabricating and DIY and making stuff. Why would you buy it if you can make it? So please understand that where I'm coming from is the context of my niche here on YouTube, but really it's the way that I love to live my life. This is what I love to do. I love to put lipstick on a pig and turn something like that out from the time we purchased it to the way it sits today in a month. The whole purpose of that is to pull the race car trailer and the travel trailer that's somewhere way back there in the campground. And other trailers. But it's also, Becky and I've talked about that, we can actually just throw our 1960s vintage 8-person tent in the back and just go camping for the weekend. I mean, yeah, it looks like an old person truck. I get it, but we kind of are old people, so it's all good. The deals are out there. That's the whole point. It's a matter of looking, being resourceful, having friends who look for you. That helps me a lot. I ended up with the Commons because a friend turned me on to it. I ended up with El Junco because a friend turned me on to it. So having a network, all of that stuff is really important. I really feel blessed to have what I have. Okay, it's not a fleet of show cars. Yes, we've got a couple nice ones. They were all built basically the same way. 47 we did put a little more money into because at the time that was the best way to go. But ultimately, this is the way I've always lived my life. That's what the channel is based on. That's what the channel is founded on. And hopefully, you're here to be at least exposed to that. I'm not saying you need to do it. You do you. I'm here doing me. All right, that's going to do it for this one. We have new merchandise. I don't happen to be wearing any today, but if you go to mykarshop.printify.me, you will find our new merchandise. There is there's all kinds of good stuff over there, and I'm creating more merchandise all the time. We have channel memberships for $5 or $6 a month at an entry level. You get access to behind the scenes episodes, behind the scenes content, as well as pre-release of other select episodes and other member posts and things that nobody else ever sees unless you're a channel member. And one more thing, it's important. I don't want you to forget, because if you're on My Car Shop, you already know this. Don't forget.